Sam, and welcome to Letters with Sam. Yeah. For today's letter, well, this is going to be a little bit of a tricky one, and you'll see why in a second. But let's start with my pictures that I made. I am quite the artist, if I can say that myself. But there's a kite, a king, yeah, and a key. Kite, king, and key. Who can tell me what they all start with? What's the sound in kite, king, and key? Anyone? Oh, yeah, way in the back. A little louder, please. Oh, that's right. Yeah. The kite, king, and key all start with the sound k. Yeah, k. But let's check out the letter. It's right over there. Do you see where I wrote it? Yep. You've got the uppercase in there in the red, and then the lowercase one in the green. And who knows what that letter's called? Yep, you got it. That was an easy one. It's called the K, right? That's the letter K. Now, let's look at one of the reasons why it's kind of tricky. Look at the upper and the lowercase k's. What's different about them? They're pretty close, but there's a difference. Anyone notice? No? Okay, well, let's look at the size. Are they both tall letters? Yeah, they're tall letters. But look at the little, the not the straight up and down line, but look at the little like slanty lines. On an uppercase K, they're really big and they go all the way from the top to the bottom. But on the lowercase one, the green one there, they're a little bit shorter than that, right? So there's a difference. It's a little tricky. But there's another reason why K is a super tricky letter. Yeah, there is. Because K says K. But, I remember hearing that before because C says K. So C and K both say K. That's kind of weird. And it causes a little bit of a problem because if I'm trying to figure out how to spell a word or what letter it starts with, and I hear K, how do I know? Sometimes you just got to memorize it. But there is a little trick that works. It doesn't work all the time, but it works a lot of the time. Okay? And you got to think about the sound that comes after the K. All right? If you hear an I, an S sound, or you hear an E, an S sound, then it's probably going to be a K. Yeah, like in king, kite, and key. Those are I and E words. They come right after the K. Yeah. But if it starts with a C, well, that usually means it's hanging out near an A, an O, or a U. Like in cat, that's a C, or cut, that's a C, or cot, that's a C too. So C hangs out with A, O, and U, usually, not always though. And then K hangs out with I and E, usually, but not always though. It's pretty tricky. I get it. We'll do our best. Anyway, I also want to introduce you to my special friend over there. Yep, that is Karen Kangaroo. And if you look carefully, you can see her little baby. Yep, his name is Kevin. That's Karen and Kevin Kangaroo. Anyway, welcome to the letter K. And even though it's a little tricky, we're going to work on it. So let's throw it back to the teacher and see what the teacher has to give us about the letter K.